Hey everyone, and welcome back. I'm your host Nursu, and today we're doing something incredibly cool, something that blends creativity with cutting-edge AI. We are going to build a TED Talk from scratch using nothing but two AI tools. And of course, I'm taking you with me every step of the way. But first, what's a talk about? The hidden power of daily habits, how tiny changes can transform your life. This actually is something I've been thinking about a lot lately. Why are small habits so hard to form yet so powerful in the long run? Why do some talks about habit change stick with us for years while others just fade instantly? Today, we're not just creating a TED Talk. We're studying what makes one powerful. So let's dive into our clear, practical 5-step roadmap to building your own successful TED Talk, starting with the first and perhaps the most crucial step: train AI. All right, first things first, we're starting with research. Great talks, of course, don't come from thin air. They come from understanding the structure and emotion behind others that mood us, right? So I'm using the ChatGPT for YouTube extension today because it lets me generate instant summaries of any video directly from YouTube. In this case, I already have it installed, but if you don't, please click on install the ChatGPT for YouTube extension. After you have it installed, you go over to YouTube. So we're here on the YouTube page. Today, I want ChatGPT for YouTube extension to summarize me 4 of my favorite TED Talks. So let's begin by James Clear, How to Get 1% Better Every Day. Let's click on it. And as you see, we have this little tab over here that says Ask ChatGPT to Summarize. Let's click on it. And we have ourselves the summary of this talk. Of course, this is not a TED Talk right now, what we're seeing right now on the screen, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a TED Talk. Just any talk that really inspires you will do the trick. So I am copying all the summary, pasting it here, and I'm going to, of course, name it speech number 1 so that ChatGPT doesn't get confused. Not that it will, but just taking our precautions here. And now we'll move on to speech number 2. Now I have completed all the 4 talks just like the first one I showed you. And now let's move on to the next step. And we're done. I think it's safe to say that all these speakers nailed the emotional arc, science, and storytelling, of course. I'm using AI now to see what they have in common. And now it's time for our second step, analyze patterns. Okay, now it's time to open ChatGPT and paste all 4 summaries in. And this is where the magic starts. I'm going to ask ChatGPT the following. Analyze the summaries of these TED Talks and tell me what key elements they have in common that make them powerful and impactful. And the next thing we do, we go over to our document, we copy the entire thing, and we paste it over here and hit enter. And this step, guys, helps me understand the formula behind effective TED Talks or any other talk for that matter. Maybe it's the storytelling, maybe it's emotional vulnerability, maybe it's humor or just simplicity. But we want to know for sure before we start creating. Getting back to our roadmap, now it's time to reveal the third step, personalization. Now that we understand how powerful TED Talks work, it's time to explore my personal take on the topic. So I asked ChatGPT this. Ask me 10 questions to help clarify my point of view and experiences around the topic, the hidden power of daily habits. And this helps me dig deeper into my own story and beliefs because a powerful talk is always personal, not just informative. All right, now I have the 10 questions, and for it to generate me what I need to answer some of these questions. Let's start with the first one. You don't have to, of course, go through with all the 10 questions, but if you do, it's going to be beyond your imagination. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to answer all these 10 questions and I will be back. Hang in there, guys. We're almost there. Our fourth step is going to be generating the talk outline. All right, and now that we have the common elements of great talks, a clear understanding of my message, and my personal insights and stories, I think we're ready to generate the TED Talk outline, which is the most exciting part of this. I'm telling ChatGPT the following. Use the four summaries, your analysis of their common elements, and my answers to generate an original TED Talk outline on this topic. So excited. Let's go. Guys, this is really, really detailed, and this already sounds and looks so professional. It's not just well written, guys. It also sounds like me. It feels like me. And definitely that's the key. So now that we have this little outline, before jumping into our presentation tool, we need to help it understand what each slide is about, not just a title, okay? So here's the next prompt I give to ChatGPT. For the TED Talk outline you created, please expand each point into a detailed slide description, including slide title, key message, suggested bullet points or visual ideas, speaker notes if applicable. And now let's hit next. That's amazing. Now, this is like the skeleton of our talk. Slide 1, slide 2, slide 3. I can't control anything over here. Like how many slides I want. What do I individually want every slide to contain? Everything. I can't say that I didn't move a finger, that all I did was just tell ChatGPT what I wanted. Well, it goes on, and it's going to be a detailed talk after all. ChatGPT generated 11 detailed slides for us, and I think it's pretty fair. It's not too little and it's not too much. I think the attention span will just go hand in hand with this talk and the slide number. I think it's pretty cool. And now for the fun part. Our last step is to personalize your slides. I don't know about you guys, but I think it's time for turning that detailed breakdown into a real presentation now. I'm now going to use Decktopus AI. It is designed for fast and beautiful slide creation. You only focus on your content just like I did and not on the design part. So let's go over to Decktopus, log in. Alright guys, this is our dashboard and we simply go over to the Create with AI part and click on it. And this is the part we create, guys. Of course, we have a prompt we got from ChatGPT in our hands, but firstly, I want another initiation prompt for Decto. It is very crucial at this point to know that the more detailed your prompt is, the more precise your presentation / talk will be. All right, guys, this is my first prompt I have in mind before writing the ChatGPT prompt I have in my hands. And after that, I will just copy and paste it after this prompt. Okay, let's go over and copy all our slides, the 11 slides that it created for us, and paste it, and then hit this button right here. And now Decto is generating an outline for us. Oh my god, it already chose the theme I was going to go for. I mean, we used to spend hours for each slide. I mean, I know I was. And just like that, it is even faster than ChatGPT itself. And how crazy is that? Okay, let's go over to change theme. Okay, I wanted to feel more friendly, not so casual, but still something relatable, but not too businessy kind of theme. And I think Flow reflects that very beautifully. So I'm gonna go for what Decto already chose for me. And of course, as you can see, you have the cover slide, slide 2, slide 3. I mean, you can even see what it's going to generate beforehand, what it contains, everything. And everything, of course, is editable right here. And if you don't like what it came up with, you can also regenerate it. Like you can generate a random, another new slide. You even have names and titles for each slide. This is so amazing. You can duplicate it, you can delete it. This is just so neat. So I'm just really excited to see the final product. So I think I'm all good to go. I love everything. I don't need to add anything more because of course, I'm going to be able to tweak it when it's done. Again, this is like a really, really good skeleton that you can build on. I mean, what's really important is that you have a skeleton, guys. I mean, of course, you will put your own information or other things that you'd like to tweak. But the thing is, you don't have to spend hours doing the skeleton part of this. So I'm just clicking on generate presentation, and I can either wait here on the screen or I can just go over to my dashboard and look at some other slides or decks of mine. But I'm just going to wait here excitedly and see what Dicto comes up with. All right, guys, we have our deck ready to go. Let's go over it. I mean, these numbers, of course, like I told you before, you are going to tweak these. You can just edit these to your liking, according to the data you have. You have all the power. You just have the overlay, the scheme that you're going to work with. You can pretty much work with anything. Like you have the logos, you have the text, of course, go ahead and fill everything in according to the data you own. But other than that, I think it's pretty good to go. I mean, it doesn't have loads of data to, bore your audience. And you don't have to settle for anything that TikTok comes up with. You can click on this plus button and you got yourself a huge library with everything. Like you can have 4 people, 8 people in a slide, or I don't know, you can have other icons, diagrams, icon lists, table of contents, milestones, timelines, anything like executive summaries, different little graphs that I've never actually used in my life. You even got pricing cards, guys. If you feel like your deck is missing things, you just don't rush. Just click on this plus button and everything will be revealed as day. And the best part is practicing this looks actually really, really fun because everything flows just like the theme itself. The research we did in the first place, it gave it depth, right? The questions made it more personal, so it knows what I go for. And the AI tools, which are ChatGPT and Decktopus AI, these two did all the heavy lifting, so I could focus on refining my delivery and message. And of course, like I said, I'm tweaking a few lines to match my voice and the, stats, adding a story or two, but the foundation, I think it's rock solid. So, what do you guys think? Would you use AI to build your next big talk or presentation? I know I would. Please let me know in the comments below. And if you like this kind of AI videos, don't forget to subscribe, hit like, and share. Until next time, guys, stay curious, and I'll see you next week.